Okay, good morning.
Yeah, okay. When Shin says Zion Hilchos Tzeda, I'll just go back 1 second. The last sif to finish at the end about closing a box. If you know that there's flies in it, so it's a psik reisha. However, if so there's a couple of heterim, which this is the general heter, is that if you open the box, you can't catch them easily. They're makilim. Also, if you push them away, you don't see any. Maybe and you have a chashash. Maybe there is any. The Taz says that the suffix psik reisha, and it's also zvuvim or naviminam. Needs so the suffix psik reisha, and the Isra Rabbanan, the Taz says that's okay. Our Chokim, but it's a famous Taz, that if you don't know something's there, then that's okay. They still say al kapara, if you see flies on the garbage, you want to close the lid, you have to shoo them away, then you can close the lid. But person machatzelos agabi hakiveres, you can put a Sifdala, Sifdala. Shin Tazayin Sifdala. Portion Machtelos Agabi Akiveres. You can put some sort of covering on a beehive. Makom Miskantim Dvarim Lasos Drasha. Akiveres is a little beehive. It was the big, what's it called? They're big man-made structures that the bees go in. So you're allowed to cover that. You're just covering it because of the rain, whatever it is. As long as you have kavanah to go ahead and to trap the bees inside. So the one thing is that you have no kavanah lotzor. But also, even if you don't have kavanah, it's a malach miskavin, which we pass in is also if it can't be muchar that it needs sodin. That's not psik reisha. Everyone's know that there's a hole. There's like, we'll say one hole they can go in and out. Even if they have a hard time going in and out, and they can't find it, and whatever it is. But since it's possible for them to go out, so therefore it's not a psik reisha. Nor even though it's never changed in miskavin, it would be okay if you don't have kavanah lotzur. Tzvi. Shenichnas usoch habayis. If a tzvi runs into your house, v'nal echa b'farav, and someone locks in front door and the back door.
We're talking about a deer here, not a guy named Tzvi.
Yeah, or gazelle, depends on the translations, but yeah. Either way, a large animal runs into your house. And you lock one door. Now, over here we're talking about a tzvi, because now you're very happy that the tzvi's in your house, because you love to have some venison tomorrow. So you lock one door. Chayiv, that no echa b'fanav, if you lock, close it up, that they can't run out. You're chayiv. No shnayim. If two people lock it, let's say, well, obviously it's very hard. So if you have a turnkey, but let's say you bar the door, whatever it is, or you both close it at the same time. Turim, as the Mishabur brings the pasuk, nefesh achas techta b'shkaga arza. So if someone, there's a general clause by Hilchos Shabbos that if the malacha can generally be done by one person and two people do it, so that's considered then you're potter. Still also, but potter. Let's say it's a very heavy door, and you need two people to close it. Then you're chayav. That's also like we have cases by hotzah, two people carry it out, things like that. If it's already it's already like, let's say the door's open a bit and it's snuck in, or let's say the wind closed, whatever it is, it's already shut. Then you realize there's a tzvi, and whatever the case is. Then you're allowed to go ahead and lock it, because the animals called nitzud v'oimed, something which is already considered trapped. For instance, we'll see later on about domestic animals, things like that, where there's no tzeda, because we consider nitzud v'oimed, he didn't do anything. Let's say you can't close the door, so one person some big guy sits by the door, blocks it up. Yachal Hasheni Leishiv and someone can sit next to him. If the first guy leaves, Hasheni Potter, the second guy's Potter, even if there's a tzvi inside. Umutter Varishon Chayev. Because the first guy trapped it. The second guy, so even though the first guy left, we say you don't have to leave because it's Nitzvah V'Omer already, so you didn't do anything extra. Unless, however, if we're talking about a case which says if it's b'chutz of his name, then not on the side, but let's say it's sitting one behind the other, then and the Rishon's inside, and he has to get up to let the guy out, so then that's a problem because that's vivato. So that half a second, like 10 seconds, for a few seconds, he gets up and moves aside, and then lets someone out. That also it's vivato l'tzeda, and then you will be chayav. Hatzan nechoshim v'akrovim b'Shabbos. If someone, you call the snake catcher, or they call the animal hotline, and maybe they'll hopefully come. And there's a scorpion, b'Shabbos, u'shara mosim hamazikim, any other dangerous like creatures, ilu for chayav. Let's say you catch a nachash because you want to make a serum, anti-serum, for snake venom. So you want to catch so you can add to your collection. You can whatever. So that's chayav. However, if you're worried that the snake's gonna bite you, then of course that's mutter. So you're even allowed to go ahead and to kill it as well.
But most places can say preferably to avoid that,
right,
to try and get rid of it by trapping it and moving it out of the house or whatever.
Well, why would trapping be any different than?
I just remember saying the truth. It's best not to kill it if you can avoid it.
So each one's still a malacha. The question is, by saying over here, could be the rabbanon because
you could do it with a shino. You try to do it with a broom or other.
Broom is not trapping. Broom is not trapping.
I'm saying, listen, I'm not.
I'm pointing out.
I remember if you can avoid killing it, and there's some
because over here, because the snake is not something which is they're a klal, a type of animal which people trap to go ahead and to use or whatever. So therefore, unless they're doing it for a refuah. For anything else, is a davar she'ein b'skavin, it's a nitzvah, it's a rabbanon. So that could be why killing's killing, but the achopanim, the trapping will be only the rabbanon. So therefore, whatever all the svaras are, that wouldn't be a problem. Again, huadin, if there's someone allergic to bees or something like that. Definitely allergic, let's say. So then it's possible you can kill a bee, or you can trap it to get it out of the house.
Yeah,
you're allowed to.
Who I did, by the way, I'm going to double down. If you have a child who's mamish petrified, they're mamish scared to death of whatever you have, it's got the same din.
That's a little okay. It could be. That's not as borer. It could be. You have to get into the halachas of in nefesh and kids and stuff, whatever.
Fear.
That's okay. You have to know a bit more about that. But
I'll die.
And you'll say your wife also. So she's a cockroach. She's also petrified out of fear. And
I actually don't know if your wife has the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
She might not like hearing that.
Shimon Shratzim Hamurim B'Torah. The 8 shratzim, which are like a turtle, it's unclear, turtle, mouse, weasel, I don't know, Ein Sham, all the different ones. Hatzadon chayev. Someone who traps them is chayev. But chayvu behem, because they're minum notzu, because it's right. Chayvu behem, because these things we don't want them around. So, like a mouse, it's normal to trap a mouse, so a mouse trap. And someone who smacks them, and this is a chi of Chabala, even if dam, you don't cut it and dam comes pouring out, as long as if it creates a bruise, so that's called Ntilas Neshama, and therefore, and it's a deraisa of shchita. Ela nitzvar tachas or who adin if a person is well chayiv. Who when any person is well, if you're chayil any person or any living animal, and it causes a bruise, so a person that would be shayche on purpose, that would be in this term shayche. So if you see your older kids fighting, and they're given what's called here makot, and they're hitting each other, hitting's up. Okay, listen, it's a problem and whatever, but they have to, if they go ahead and even if they're playing, but it's going to cause a bruise, and that they have to be taught that's mamish ulcer. And who did again that Shabur brings down that if you have there is a thing about mafas morsa which we'll get to, that you can present an infection or a pimple or something like that, painful. You can open it up to drain. But the person should squeeze it so that the blood underneath, like dark red blood, comes out. There's a discussion about if the pus is mixed with blood, it's like whatever, whether that's already nitzvar inside that's already like contained. It was already yotze from the body and contained in the infection or whatever. So that could be that's not a problem. We're talking about over here where a person squeezes it enough that the actual fresh blood comes out. So then ushart shratze enu chayv achayil behen and yotze behen dam, because it says by these shratzim they all have regular skin and stuff. But any other sherets is not. We don't. You're not chayiv for any of these, even if it didn't come out. But tzada, it's Orach Chaim. However, if you're tzad, any shrotzin, you're chayiv. Shalol tzorich ostam, you enjoy it. Potter of aser, because you don't usually catch shrotzin. Rambam chayiv, according to the Rambam, you are chayiv even if you don't really care. You just trapping them because it's fun. You catch a praying mantis, whatever it is. That would be aser, because the malacha shein tzricha even is chayiv. However, most people pass you're putting from mechatas because there's no malachas machshavas over here. That even though it's malacha shein tzricha l'gufa chayiv, but over here you're not trying to catch the animal because you want it. You're just catching it because it's fun. So therefore that would be that's palter. It's still awesome. Either way, it's always us to catch anything on Shabbos unless it's a pikuach nefesh or something. Yeah.
At the beginning of this, when it says it's hard on high, it must be a meat.
No, he wants the skin. So the Gemara says he wants the pelt. He wants the skin of whatever. I mean, I guess mouse. I guess mouse skin goes. I don't know. Weasel skin, maybe ferret. I don't know. Whatever.
Sure.
Parosh hanikra bargut b'lashon Arav. Parosh we say is a black jumping parasite, which is we know is a flea. Also latsudo. It's also if it's on the person's body or whatever. It's also to catch it. Alien Cain, who sorrow for if it's on his clothing jumping around, or if it's on the floor jumping around, the chiddush is even though it's a parasite. Whatever, unless it's being mazik you, it's also to go ahead and to catch it, but also lahargo, and it's also to go ahead and to kill it. We'll see in a second about, because the Gemara says by Kina, it's not usher. We'll get to that in a second. Who then, I guess, a mosquito is a discussion. If it's, it's the same thing because it's, if it's biting you, then you'd be allowed to pull it off. You shouldn't kill it.
So I'm sorry. Is this halacha reading funny? Aser, let's do that. Ella imkain al b'soy v'oktzay v'aser lahargai. So what are you saying, that if it's on the b'soy you can flick it off?
You can pull it off,
but it's aser to catch it.
Aser to smash it.
So it's still aser to catch it or smash it, but
it's aser to it's mutter to catch it. If it's biting you, you're allowed to pull it off.
You're allowed to pull it off,
but you're not allowed to and throw it. But you're not allowed to kill it.
You're not allowed to kill it. Okay, got it.
So and the. You shouldn't take it and roll it around in your hands to, like, I guess, to confuse it. Ela yitzlenu v'yodo v'yizvakenu, take it and throw it. Avol kina, mutter laharga. Kina, you're mutter to kill it. Mafal Magado Bikini, I'll explain in a second. Mafal Magado Bikini, Lear Hargame, someone who's taking lice out of his clothing, you shouldn't kill them. And here it is mutter to roll in your finger. I guess it would, so they don't come back on you, and throw them away. But Mafala Rosha mutter lahargam, if someone takes out, because here is that it says the reason you can't kill them on the body because maybe you're killing a parosh and it would be ulcer. But if it's on your head, so then there are no fleas in your head generally, and therefore it would be motor. Now, just a very quick side nakuda. But why is it motor to kill akina? What about allows nowadays? Places discuss. Mishabur discusses. So the Gemara says it's because it's not preyuvei. It doesn't reproduce normally. Their reproduction is not called reproduction. Now Rashi over there says because of the mishabah from Zayah, because they come out of Zayah. Now, everyone asks, well, what do you mean? I see the eggs. What's going on? According to asks, what's the chat? It doesn't make sense. Papa Yitzchak of Branti says, well, maybe it should be machmir because we don't know what kina they were talking about, and everyone says, oh, look, nowadays you can see eggs in the hair, and what do you mean? It is prayer, but it doesn't come out of Zayah. That's whatever. So just two quick answers to that. Is first of all, the Gemara is talking about akina, is talking about body lice, which Baruch Hashem most people don't have experience with. We're not talking about head lice. Head lice, the Gemara says akina is mutter, but beit kinim is also. So what's beit kinim? So I found, so I'm trying to look at one of the Nazir over here. The Gemara in Nazir says, if Nazir's, he's taking out an inva out of his hair. So the Farshim over there, Rashi, also the Farish, Taisus over there says an inva is beit kinim. It's talking about the beit kinim, the Horabi Yasser, beit kinim, the Kipshuta. That's what I think. I haven't seen anyone say this, but Kim Dumani, and other people discuss things bigger than whatever, but Kim Dumani, that could be the pshat, that beit kinim are head lice, and you can see the eggs. So in a Chanami, Yeshua Hachmir, by head lice, even though our place can say b'di'evid you can take it out or whatever, I don't know if they're talking about head lice or body lice. And when in regards to the issue about, Mishabah from Zayah, we know better or whatever, so the truth is that the Gemara does not say it's Mishabah from Zayah. The Gemara says it's not preyuvei. Rashi explains that it comes from Zayah. So the emphasis is that the Gemara, you have to understand Pshat. It's not preyuvei, it doesn't produce normally, regularly, like you can't see it reproduce. There's all different ways you can explain the Gemara. Rashi says it's because of Zayah. Say that Rashi, Tzarechina may be a Rashi, I don't know. I can always tell some people, listen, if I can understand every single Rashi in Shas Me'achuz, that would be Gavaldik, but there are a lot of Shver Rashis, which Tzarechina, there's a Rashi, maybe it means something else, I don't know, there's a lot of difficult Rashis throughout Shas, but the Gemara does not say anything about Zayah, about spontaneous generation, anything like that. The Gemara does not mention one thing about that. As I said, the Rishayim talk about it. The Rishayim, the Tzarechim, Rishayim can be Shver. They can have a Shver Pshat in the Gemara, they can have a funny Svar, you don't understand. Okay, that's, here too, you have to understand that could be a Tzarech, you leave a Tzarechiyun. Rashi's wrong, I don't know the Tzarechiyun. But the Gemara doesn't say, people don't make a mistake, the Gemara does not say anything about spontaneous generation. Al-Chupan, Rekina, and also the place where Machmir, we don't know exactly which type of kina it was. That's amazing. Basic kina, we don't know. So therefore, a person should not, unless it's your mamash petzar, and a person has in his hand already, whatever, yesh mekilim, but in general, you shouldn't kill lice. Kol chayav remes, shem noishchim emitzim, vaday, any poisonous animal or rabbit, dog, anything like that. They're rugging b'Shabbos fil ein ratzi acharav. Person sees a rabid animal, he can just go kill it straight away, even if it's not chasing after him. Mishar mezikin, nachash v'akra, or other types which can be mazik. That where they're not, the general these snakes don't kill people, they're not poisonous. If they're still chasing after you, I guess any means means they can still, sting you or whatever, you get sick, it's not strong enough to kill you. So then if they're chasing after you, still mutter lahargam. Bimlav also, you can't go out and chase after a snake and kill it. Mutter ladarsam the fituma, but if you see a scorpion or whatever, or let's say a black widow spider or any of these things, then you can walk over there, and as you're walking, you can step on it and kill it. But I feel it with miskavin, because here it's not. You're killing it also is not because you don't want to kill it because you need it. You're killing it because you want to kill it. So therefore, if it's done in a way that in Machum Tsar, could be the Nako is there, and it's done in a way that you're not you're just walking. So then it would be mutter. Lo yishashim paraglav roik agabe karka. You should the mash v'gumos. Person spits on the ground, not on the sidewalk, but on dirt. He shouldn't, and he doesn't want to gross people out. So therefore, he squishes it with his foot. He shouldn't do it if it's by dirt, because it's mash v'gumos, which is either an isser of choresh or isser of koine. If you smooth the karka out. Of a mutter l'darso, if you do, you can step on it, stam, as you're walking, she'enim eskavim l'mareach l'hashmas gumos, you don't have to go ahead and make the ground smooth. Rafagav d'memela mareach, or even though you're spreading it out and flattening the ground, hilo mechavin, is the dam she'enim eskavim. Shari mishum miyasusa, because it is gross for someone to spit on the floor, so therefore it is appropriate if it happens that a person should go ahead, your person should go ahead and step on it. It's appropriate, as the Shavura says, that even though yes, the Gemara does talk about the fact that it is mutter to spit on the floor in certain places and whatever, Afal Pike, it's still most people usually think it's a general heter, and like the Shavura says, anything a person has a lot of phlegm or anything like that, and he coughs up on the floor, then of course you should go ahead and you should like you step on it so it grows people out. Chayav of shibrishusai, if you have a domesticated animal, you have a pet, muter l'tzuda, you're allowed to catch them. Whether you can touch them, that was my hilchos muksa, and whether a pet is machlokes, whether a pet is muksa or not. Ramesha was machmer. There are places who are makel kulpanim. But it's mutter l'tzuda, and you're allowed to go ahead and, let's say, even according to everyone, let's say your cat or dog goes into a carrier and you close it up, that's mutter. Or a bird goes into a cage. V'hu shelo yumradu, but you're not trying to catch it because the bird's trying to fly away. About imhe mordei, but if they're trying to escape, also the tafsam afilu b'chotzer, it's also to grab them, even the chotzer, in the chotzer gadol. Shilo gadol b'nei adam hayitzichin mitzuda. Only also if the chotzer is very big, that it would have to be if you b'chotzer im a chotzer gadol is talking about that it's also even in a chotzer that if it was morid, then you wouldn't be able to if it wasn't domesticated, then you would need something. You wouldn't be able to just catch it. So therefore, to catch it is seder. That's not called nitzas v'omed. Let's say you have a yard and the gate's closed, you can't run out anyway. But if you have to run around and catch it, so then it's also to catch it. If it's in a small area and it's already a small area, that already is called nitzas v'omed. That would be motor. Yesh ori the also lotzud chayav ov sheb'shusa. Some say it is also to go ahead and lotzud stuff which is in your rishus, animals which is in your rishus. The im sadam palter. However, you are palter. Therefore, a person should be nizar in closing them up at anything. Well, para masus, the kol shekain shar chayav oy shemardu, but any animal which is trying to escape, im tzadon chayav chatas, and your mamash chayav chatas. The ikr, that's the ikr that really, even pets, you should be careful not to trap it. I don't know if it means picking it up. I'm not 100% sure what, if we're talking about, right, so the Mishnah Berurah brings the Chayadam says, "Darko she'oisa oy ein nishvat min hayad, but she'ish min ha'talalos should take it to your Shabbos, when you pick it up, it relaxes, or whatever. Then there's no infant seder at all, because if it comes to you and it goes into your arms, things like that, then there's no infant seder b'chlal. Not even machlis into the machlekes. We're only talking about a case where they're a little bit difficult. They don't come running to you and jump in your arms. It's, you'd have to pick them up and move them. So then you get into the machlekes between the Mechaber and the Ramah. According to the Mechaber, it's mutter. According to the Ramah, it will be, you should avoid it. It will be also. Kolshkin shar chayav o shemarin, right. Chatul, dina kishar chaya. Cat is like any other chaya, but also the Tasso b'Shabbos, because it says by a cat is always Nechshav Amorig. A cat is never Makabel Morris. This is the Chazal say, and people who, if you've ever had a pet cat or whatever, knows that the cat rules not the person. So therefore, it's not considered, like, they're considered living with by you, but not, they're not really considered your actual pet.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, we're their pets.